Hello, this is Malcolm Rose, doing something a little bit out of order today. If you've been following, it shouldn't really make a difference to you since I schedule these videos, but what I'm doing is I'm actually starting a new game before my previous Centaur, Abyssal Night is done. And again, once you're actually watching this, it won't make a difference to you. The only reason that you'll know about it is because you'll see this streak here is only 17 and it should be 18. JGR, the server I usually play on, is down. So I've got a little free time right now, so I've decided to go ahead and do another run. Of course, we'll finish them in order, assuming I don't mess up and die somehow. We will do it in order so that I'll finish up the AK as soon as JGR is back up. But like I said, doesn't really make a difference in terms of the videos. Just thought I would clear that up as to why it only reads 17 here and not 18. Haven't quite won the AK yet. Anyway, I'm going to do something real easy. Just a fighter. Haven't done a fighter yet. We'll start out with a trident. Here's our Centaur fighter. Let's train nothing but fighting for a while. Now we've got a bat. I was rather hoping not to run into a monster right off the bat like this. It's just a bat though, so it's not a big deal. I'll just tab it. I should have closed the door with him next to me. There we go. We'll rest up. I'm not a big fan of this entrance. This entrance is bad. Because if there's a halberd knoll, we're in big trouble. Alright, let's kite this stuff. We killed a goblin. Not a lot of room to kite here. That's one of the reasons I don't like that entrance. Now we've opened up the dungeon, so we can kite. We can kite a lot more. I'll just auto-explore. I'll probably take off the shield sooner or later. I mean, almost definitely going to go for bows. In the usual strategy with centaurs, just because, well, as you've undoubtedly seen by now if you watch my channel at all, I very much favor ranged combat because of how hilariously powerful it is. Nice, we're level 2. So we'll just keep on trucking here. Can mostly tab through D1 on almost any centaur. Well, not casters probably, but certainly a centaur fighter. But I'm trying to play it as careful as possible anyway. I mean, I can kite this stuff if there is a problem. Really, the worst thing that could happen is a halberd knoll, which we can walk away from. Let's make an annotation here for digging, since there's a little thing we need digging for. Now, fighters do start with a panic button. They're not just strong. They have that potion of might, so that's useful. So if somehow I do make a mistake, end up cornered, maybe in a hallway, surrounded by stuff, that sort of thing, we have something to get me out of that. Now let's pick up these stones. Alright. Oh, right, my RC file is messed up. Well, let me just fix this real fast. Well, you know what? No, I won't worry about it for now. It's not a big deal. Anyway, let's not fight this. Oh, shouldn't I be faster than this dude? Yeah, there we go. We're just not prepared to fight an adder just yet. Believe me, I want to. I want to take him out. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna go hunt down my RC file on JGR, then I remembered JGR is down, so I literally can't unless I go searching for it online, I guess. I don't have it like in a file or anything on my hard drive. Okay, that's Robin. Let's back away. He can throw stuff at me, so you know, clearly we don't want to fight him unless he's by himself. Well, is he by himself now? He seems like he is. Oh, he's got a buddy. I'll just go up. This is fine that this adder's here. Remember, we are faster than an adder, so unlike most characters, we can just walk away from this. If I was just about anything else, any other species, I'd be using my might potion to kill this thing. I wouldn't really have a choice. Okay, we've successfully juked it. Well, maybe not. There we go. There's another one. Certainly like to be able to kill this thing. Let's get the scarf. Okay, cool. See, we can kill them. It's just we have to reset the fight a little bit. Okay, we found Guardian Spirit, which is an excellent find, especially once we can start training evocations. Cool. Alright, we killed 2 adders. Again, we don't want to fight Robin just yet. These mighted goblins are pretty nasty for this point in the game. And Robin can throw them at me. Let's reset. Let's go down. Got him. Just reset a few times and, you know, most fights will eventually go your way. Particularly on a strong combo like this. If you're playing a Centaur and you're not regularly resetting fights, you're probably doing something wrong. I mean, the game just gives you the ability to reset more or less as many times as you want. So to not use that is just crazy. Alright, we find our first altar, but it's Sif Muna, and no, I am not going to be a caster. We're going to go the easy route. Just use bows. I think this might be an altar of Okawaru. That's pretty sweet. D2 altar of Oka is about the best we can ask for. So, for once the game is being very kind. Oh yeah. We're in the money now. That's good stuff. Alright, 42 hit points. A little concerned going into D3 without being level 5, because there could be wands and whatnot, but we'll see what we can do here. Grab this ring. Grab these arrows. Okay, I want to start using some scrolls. Okay, identify. On some potions. Cool. Haste, that's a huge lifesaver. And mutation. I've kind of decided to get away from using identify on scrolls first, like I've been doing, which is not really considered to be optimal by anybody. It's just something that I cooked up, particularly on Trog Worshippers, to try to find acquirements super early, and also to get a hold of Remove Curse sooner, even if there's only one stack. But because you could identify random uselessness, you're kind of wasting your time. I mean, I should just wait until I have multiples in a stack. I'll eventually find Remove Curse. These rings are not going to be that important, you know. Even if it's +6 slaying, I don't need it right now, you know. So, something to think about. Alright, I should train Invocations. That'll give me some mana points, which will give me effectively hit points. Okay. This fight can go south pretty quickly because she can have... Well, she can slow me. She can summon imps that do a lot of damage. So let's, yeah, see like that. We can also kill Natasha really quickly. But if she has a Wand of Polymorph, for instance, she can be pretty scary. Okay, let's see. I'll fight her on a staircase because if she summons some really disgusting stuff, I can just pull her up, you know. Pretty straightforward so far. I'd rather not fight her here, but I'm going to. There we go. I mean, I have enough resources that technically I could get away, probably with haste, even if things went really, really bad. Actually, yeah, it's not like she had blink or anything, so she wasn't gonna move away from me. Hoping to find that bow, that first bow, so we can get this character started for real. Alright, now I see a bear. I think we can still outrun a bear. He's messing me up. I don't know if we're quite ready to be messing with all that. D3 is rather early for a black bear. I'm thinking we just park him up here. Come back for him later. Oh, I'm marked. Doesn't really matter. This may seem like they're just jackals, but I still wanted to pull back to the staircase just to be sure. Come on, where's my first Centaur? Okay, this is an okay place to fight. I should have reset this, probably. Oh, hey, it's the corrupted... the corrupted ecumenical temple with a bunch of Lagonu altars. Certainly we're not gonna worship Lagonu, though, especially after worshipping Okawaru. Not to say Lagonu's bad or anything, I just, well, as I'm currently discovering in my AK game, Lagonu's Wrath is not exactly fun to deal with. Ooh, a net. That's no good. I could have been netted next to this thing. But I had several chances to escape, and it eventually worked, so... Flight of Vacation is a good find. We got a book of cantrips. Possibly worth using, in fact, with this animate skeleton. I'd have to think about that. We're probably going to end up in heavy armor, so... Okay, we're going to kite these guys around. I would like to find the ogre. There we go. Still no bows. In theory, we should run into a... Oh. Should run into a Centaur soon. Check this out. Arcane Marksman. Kobold. I don't want to be slowed. Centaur skeleton. Didn't follow me. Odd. Okay, we'll pull this and then we'll kite it. He can do a big chunk of damage, so... Wow, you know what? If I'm going to be using this trident and this shield, I should really train some stuff here. Because he's getting a chance to hit me every so often by virtue of how slow I attack. There we go. Let's see if I drop the shield. 98.3, 94.5, or 84 point. Whatever, the point is it's less than speed 1, so we're good. Should have probably dropped that shield sooner. Just lowers my attack speed too much. Got Doan and Devessa here. I don't feel terribly good about fighting them just yet. Oh, there's that ghost. I don't feel good about fighting it either. Certainly would not like to be slowed. We'll just duke it out with this guy. Could have gone badly, but didn't. Alright, we got a 2-stack on scrolls. Let's try it. Remove curse. Cool. That means we can try all these on. And we get slaying. Nice. Got another 2-stack. I'm going to use it. Some noise. Yeah, that's another one. Noise and random uselessness kind of make it a bad idea to use Identify on scrolls early. What can he do? 6 damage? That's not very much. Got him. Reset the fight since we got hurt. Wow. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I need to actually check how much damage this can do, because frankly I have no idea. 3d10. It can do 30 damage. Yeah, so I should not even be fooling with this thing right now. Not without a totally reset fight, anyway. I mean, I could heroism and go to work on him, but frankly, why am I fighting him at all, you know? Well, there's Dylan. Let's get off this floor. This floor sucks. Hopefully Duvessa doesn't show up right around the corner or something. And we have like haste and might. We could take this stuff out if we really, really needed to. But do I? I don't know. Let's see exactly how much an electric eel can do. Would help if I spelled electric eel correctly. 3d6, 6, 12, 18. I think I'm just going to try to kill it with rocks. Well, what I can do is I can rest here. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, we can just come at it from another angle, I guess. Or another staircase. Nice, another potion of might. I totally, absolutely do not want to use resources against that thing. Faith. Perfect. Wow, what a great run so far. I mean, it may seem like it's a little rickety right now because I'm not training any weapons. I'm making my early game difficult. But in terms of the items we found, awesome. Here's our first knight, or warrior rather. I mean, this is one of the reasons I don't have to train any weapons, though, is I can just kite this stuff endlessly. So even if it takes a while, oh, look at that, easy peasy. I'm gonna stick with scale mill for now. Guess I could try this on. I mean, it's interesting. Had a discussion with somebody on the channel who was mentioning that he did the math on armor, and it became clear that the inaccuracy penalty is almost like an amulet of inaccuracy if you don't have any armor training and low strength on a decently encumbered type of armor. So I'm beginning to wonder if on these kinds of characters where you can just walk away from fights, if maybe it is better to just wear lower encumbrance armors, even if it does wreck your AC. This sucks. I would rather they didn't have reach weapons. I'm gonna use heroism. How much can he do? 8 plus the trident. That's not enough to kill me. Wait, what am I doing? I don't want to use rocks. There we go. Too used to playing throwing characters and stuff. Alright, this is okay. Yeah, throw rocks at me, I don't care. So I'd like to use flight and check out what's in here, but doesn't seem to really be worth it. Since at most I have one flight potion, so we'll just put it in the annotations here. Check it out later. I mean, unless there's a bow in there, I just don't care. Ooh, ossuary. Let's, I want to kind of like spam my scrolls and find out if one's magic mapping. But at the same time, I don't want to waste blink scroll and stuff like that. So let's just see if we can use my very bad hunting skills to find this thing. Alright, slow hiss of a distant avalanche. So right here is distant. Ah, the game's trolling me with these skeleton centaurs, zombie centaurs. There it is. Well, that was easy. This time. I use heroism. Come on, archery. Nope, but it's still a +2 pair of gloves, so can't complain. I use heroism for this. These mummies can be kind of tough. Now, I went in here without healing because I wanted to make the best use of heroism. Although the rest of this should be pretty straightforward. Couldn't possibly be worse than 3 mummies at the same time. Alright, big stacks now. A lot of identify, that's awesome. Let's actually use one of these 2 stacks. Scroll of Amnesia. Really strange that we're not finding very many 2 stacks, but I can live with it. We got Joseph here. Now, one thing you can do with this guy is you can just run out his ammo. So he's forced to engage you in melee, which sounds tedious, and it is. Wow, I messed up. Let's haste. Oh. Ah! Darn it. I just wasted it. I'm so used to having don't quaff auto-inscribed on these things, but my RC file isn't quite there. So I just wasted a haste potion. It sucks. I'm gonna use might as well. We're just gonna go to town on this dude. Alright, let's just pretend that didn't happen. That was pretty bad. Oh, man. I'm gonna be happy when JGR is back up, because I'm gonna make sure that I remember Ooh, fireball. We don't want to fight this guy. Some nasty ghosts this time. So that was the first misplay, I would say. First major misplay was drinking that haste potion. Just playing too fast is all it is. Nothing complicated about the reasoning behind it. But hey, I mean, that happens. Thankfully, this game is, you know, I think it probably feels like it's not that forgiving to some people who are maybe a little newer. But the truth is the game is very, very forgiving of one or two mistakes, unless the RNG is really not working in your favor that game. I mean, it's particularly forgiving when you're playing a character like this. Okay. I am downright terrified of this thing. I have no idea how much his fireball can do. I guess I could blow a potion of resistance. Also, I'm really surprised a Centaur hasn't shown up yet. I think the game just doesn't want to give me a bow. It's trolling me. Kiku altar. Let's read this 2-stack. Hey, random uselessness. So we've gotten rid of both scrolls. So I know I just identified a scroll, but now I'm really happy to identify scrolls because we've gotten rid of both of the useless, totally useless scrolls. Noise and random uselessness. Let's go to D8. We found the Lair, but my instinct is to... Never mind. I was going to say my instinct is to continue in dungeon until I find a Centaur. But we found a Centaur. Alright, now we'll train nothing but bows, and Okawaru will start giving me ammo. Hopefully. Okay, we got a priest here. Well, we can kill bears now. Now, I would go up and kill that one that I left behind, but I don't really remember which floor I left it on, and the experience is not really worth wasting my time, really. I guess it might be if I remembered exactly which floor I left it on. Maybe I should have annotated. Now, I need to remember that my AC is even crappier than usual because I'm using this, wow. Look at me tabbing. I also need to be careful about how much I'm using tab because I think my RC file is set up to the defaults. Entirely default RC. So it doesn't stop me as soon as I get a little bit hurt like my usual RC does. Oh no. Anything I do, I could get fireballed and take an insane amount of damage, so let's resist. Heroism. Finesse. I'm gonna stay at the edge. If he fireballs me, I'll walk away. I am resisted, so I can't imagine he would do more than 60 damage while I have resist up, because resist gives me 50%. That first pip gives me 50% damage reduction, so he'd have to be able to do 120, which is insane. Nice. Didn't get a single shot off. Why don't we go ahead and, why don't we go ahead and take out Doan and Devesa? I'd like to kill Doan first. His icicle that he gets does a really appreciable amount of damage. Doesn't really say how much, but I know it does a good amount of damage. I'm gonna use Might. Seems like maybe it's a little excessive, but I think it's worth it. Maybe I left the bear here. I'm not gonna hop for it. Alright. Now we're only 34 minutes in. Let's finish out D8. And then we'll go clear the lair. My defenses are crap, but I have enough hit points that I probably won't just get one-shotted by a Hydra even if I land next to it. Also, we have Faith, so I can just go ahead and spam this short bow. Probably not have a problem, you know? Just checking on items real quick. Okay, this is bad. We'll let him get one hit on me. Two, apparently. And then we'll regain distance. There we go. Hey, Okawaru comes through like a boss. We now have a barding very early in the game. Now it's only stealth, so we won't be enchanting it up because I'm sure that I'll probably... Well, I'm not sure, but I'm reasonably confident that Okawaru will give me a barding with a resistance on it later. He may not. But, you know, I don't even have any enchant armor identified right now, so it doesn't really matter. Nice. Minor magic. Let's get blink. Train spellcasting and translocations up to a very small level. Really just to get that blink online. Should be easy enough in leather armor. You may be thinking, like, why would I possibly need blink on a Centaur? But, you know, there are situations. Especially once I'm ready to abandon Oka. Well, that's quite a long ways off at this point. Not really much to say about this lair. I mean, on this kind of character, I can just tab through. Mambas I do need to be a little bit careful of. Well, heroism, I'll finesse. I should have done that to start with, actually. Mambas definitely bear special attention since they can move faster than me, even though I'm a Centaur. Man, look at how fast Oak is giving me ammo. I love Faith. Best amulet by far. Well, depending on which god you're worshipping. Okay, easy enough to just kill this Hydra. Happy to be mesmerized here. Just didn't want him to be in the deep water, so I wasn't throwing my arrows away. We have Blink online, that's cool. Back to training just bows. Thanks to skill targeting. Didn't really have to put any effort into keeping an eye on that, so that's cool. Down to Lair 3. I guess this could be bad if I walked into the right stuff, but I mean, we have resources to deal with problems at this point. Alright, I should be identifying some scrolls. Nice. Summoning. That's a very good get-out-of-jail-free card. Okay, let's engage Fanner from a slightly more advantageous position. I don't think I need to use any abilities to kill him. Whoops. We do have RC Plus is the thing. If I didn't, then maybe I would have been a little more careful with that, but all things considered, worked out just fine. A hat. Well, we don't want a generic hat. What an odd thing to gift when I already have a helmet. I see an artifact robe, but it doesn't really interest me. Well, maybe. Yeah, fine, I'll try it on. Remove curse first. It has MR, so I could see myself popping that on for the purposes of doing work. Should have tried these rings on before I used my remove curse. That was a mistake. I didn't realize I had so many. Hey, we've got a labyrinth. Okay, we found teleport. And since we've already found teleport, I'm happy to use my scrolls down here now, which is good because I want one to be magic mapping. This is something I'm willing to burn scrolls for. Labyrinth is usually very awesome. Enchant armor. You know what? I will enchant the barding. Just once. Alright. Acquirement. Wow. I want to get weapon. The game gives me a trident instead of a bow. That's unfortunate, but it happens. Fear. Silence. Smoke. Well, fog. Magic mapping. There we go. Oh, well, this is a tiny little level. I could have found it myself. I should have been. You know, if I had been paying attention, I would have recognized this layout. That's on me. Okay. Oh, I should have kept that trident as my backup weapon if for some reason I needed one. That's okay. We'll grab it here in a minute. Certainly better than a +0 trident. Looks like we're quickly finding the center. This is one of those easy ones. Yeah, this is it. Great Mace of Venom. Should be very easy for me to kill this thing. Well, the stones do pretty good damage. I guess we'll reset this fight. Oh. Wow. That's no good. 35, and then plus the stones. Sucks. Okay, good. We rest up. This time I'm going to use heroism. Wow. I think he's out of stones. No, he's not. Crap. Alright, I use heal wounds. I use heal wounds. How many stones does he have? Apparently he only had one left. Okay. Alright, well that was inexpertly done, I'll tell you that, but it's not really a big deal. Sack of spiders, good to find. We don't need all these random effects. We don't need these amulets. Faith is fine. Alright, I'm gonna drop these books. Nothing in here that we were ever gonna really want. But yeah, I should have kited him. I should have kited him more. I shouldn't have done heroism so early in that particular case. I should have just kept kiting him until I was sure he was out of stones. So basically I ended up using 2 potions of healing completely unnecessarily on that. So there's another misplay. Not an enormous one, since I knew that I had those resources, and so I was kind of playing a little sloppy. I knew that he could only do so much damage, so again, I was playing a little sloppy. But that doesn't mean that it's not a misplay. Even if it's a calculated misplay, that just means that I got lazy. Didn't have to use any resources for that Mamba, that's cool. It's our very last remove curse. It's odd to see a fire vortex just hanging out here. I guess it's placed by some sort of vault over here. I don't have our fire, so I should be careful. Wow, didn't mean to make so many moves in a row. Stay as far away as possible from that guy. Certainly don't want to be magma bolted. Alright, that's a interesting little vault with the lava. Just pull away from this stuff, establish some range. Whoa. Okay, hold the phone. Let's get out of here. Messed up there. How much can this do? 20 damage? Alright. We're probably okay. Yeah, like, one of the reasons why I don't think it's good, even with the inaccuracy penalty of wearing heavier armor, why I don't think it's good, even on a Centaur, to wear lighter armor, is as soon as you run into something like a Guardian Serpent, you just die. It's one of the reasons why casters are so fragile. I will probably put on plate or something soon. If I get the impression that this is one of the Lair 6 endings where a Guardian Serpent shows up, I'll go ahead and wear it now. I don't think it is yet, though. And if it happens, we've still got, well, we don't have C-Blink yet. I'd certainly like to have it, but we have Invis, we have Haste, we have a few things, as long as we don't die instantly. That's okay so far. And maybe Oka will give me like a plus 12 longbow speed this game. How cool would that be? It does happen sometimes. I could go for a Sharnga game. That unique longbow speed. Okay, we've got the forest ending. Oh, this isn't good. That's not good at all. I'm actually going to use haste. Seems excessive, but I don't want to be paralyzed. I should have used finesse. Like, I should have used that way earlier. Like now. I'd love to have a big old stack of immolation right now and set this thing on fire, but... Oh, come on, Uncle Waru. Really? Really, bro? I have, like, 1.7 polearm skill, 20 bow skill, and you're gonna give me this halberd? Ooh. Well... at least it's a really good halberd. Still don't think I'm gonna use it much, but... you know, if he's going to give me something that I don't want, it should at least be really good, right? Hey, Lamp of Fire, that'll be very nice here. In fact, we're gonna use it right now. Deal with these hornets for me. Heroism, finesse. Should be being a little more careful around these boggarts, I think, since they could summon a Hydra right next to me when they're next to me. Got some Death Yaks, we'll simply kite them, no problem. I like to see this, it's free experience, really. I mean, if we had a longbow, we'd be one or two shotting these things. Unfortunately, we don't. But give it time. We'll get one eventually. And this is just a +0 short bow. And look how I'm able to just take stuff out. I mean, of course I am a Centaur, so my ability to just kite as many times as I want is certainly coming into play here. I guess I can drop all this polymorph. Definitely never use polymorph unless you don't care about winning. That's my opinion on that item. Alright. So, no longbows. Not a big deal. Our MR is non-existent. That's kind of a big deal. Without even a single pip, I'm probably not going to go into Orc. I'm not going to go into it yet. I mean, we have that robe that spawned, I suppose. Maybe I'll just grab it. But what I'll probably do, I may go ahead and finish. Let's see, we're 56 minutes in. I may go ahead and finish the dungeon. Enchant weapon. Man, I was really hoping to identify Blink here. Only 4 scrolls left. That last one's probably... That last one in my inventory is probably Blink, but it might not be. Yeah, let's finish up dungeon. In this video. Brand weapon. I could go ahead and brand the short bow, but I think I'm going to hold out. I'm doing okay for now. So, I mean... Let's turn off all of our food except for bread. There's Orc. Heroism and Finesse versus the Hornet. Again, because paralysis is very bad, especially for this character. There's blinking. Alright. Just as soon as I find a longbow, I'm in business. Rather hoping to find one and then maybe... I mean, if I find like a longbow or some MR, or ideally both, you know, we're good to go. Searching through bows, artifacts, gifts, you know, whatever I can see that I may have missed. This dude can confuse me, but that's okay. We have 14 curing. Ah. Just walk away from this stuff. He's like guarding the staircase. No. You really shouldn't retreat into the darkness like this. I mean, places you haven't explored yet. But, I mean, we have tools to get out of bad situations, so it's... I mean, as you can see, it was a bad situation a second ago with that gargoyle guarding the stairs, and it didn't really cause a problem, so... I really hope a Centaur warrior shows up. He will probably have a longbow, or at least he could. Okay, got a generic gargoyle here. Fighter of Mochleb. Should be pretty easy to take down. A little tedious, I suppose, with his defense. Not really. Okay. Should be extra careful around ghosts. Like, definitely check and see exactly what's going on with them before you go in for the kill. Oh man, do I want to go ahead and enchant up my barding? I kind of do. I probably shouldn't make these choices just because of inventory management, you know? Oh, we have digging. There we go. A weapon. Why is Oka only giving me pole arms? Some bad luck. Backing up repeatedly to try to force them to be in a line rather than surrounding me. Alright. Go back to D1. Well, Actually, let's finish exploring D2. Okay. Anyway, back to D1, and we'll get this stuff. Worth it for the gold, I suppose. Okay. Finishing out the dungeon now. If I take a big chunk of damage, I'll just start walking away. Looks like he's out of... Looks like he ran out of throwing. It's cool. Ooh, I can drop amnesia. Not gonna need that. Ah! Teleport trap. Teleport trapping into a bunch of killer bees, not a lot of fun. We happen to have had the exact tools that make dealing with that very easy, on top of the fact that, well, I'm a Centaur. Okay, down we go. Well, here's Nessos. So he's gonna have a barding probably, and he's gonna have a longbow, I think guaranteed, of flaming. So we found what we wanted. Well, we found one thing we want. Oh, little devils. Now this is of course the ambush floor, which is why I went down the third staircase. Not really a good idea to just hang out in that ambush. Pretty good test of your self-control. My instinct is always to do something goofy like immolate and kill everything, but it's not a smart thing to do. Okay, this thing. Deflect missiles is no fun to fight against. Cloak. We're going to stick with Spirit Shield because that's an extra 20 hit points. Okay, let's find Nessos. Should be nearby. Interesting little vault here. Places demons in the dungeon. There's a Centaur warrior. Didn't have a longbow, though. Heroism, finesse. You fail to use your ability. Wow, I guess I need to train a little more. Indications. Alright, now usually it's good to paralyze this guy. So I probably didn't even need to finesse there. We don't need to brand this, so we're going to turn off scrolls of brand weapon, since obviously if we use brand weapon, we could end up with something terrible, really just venom. I wouldn't say terrible, just not ideal. So we'll shelve brand weapon for now. If I find a couple, then I'll consider it. And now we'll just, you know, we'll just finish out D14 and D15 very, very easily. Now the character is in business. Of course, I'm still lacking pretty much every resistance except for cold. So I need to be careful. Also, very important, I'm lacking MR. I have 1 pip from levels, but that's almost nothing. But we one-shot things. That's pretty good. Found resist corrosion, that'll be a good swap on for slime. Oh boy. This guy we're gonna re-teleport with, because he could paralyze me. Shouldn't have engaged him without buffing up, honestly. Bit of a misplay there. Could have been quite bad. If the teleport landed me next to him. Like, if he paralyzed me, then I teleport right next to him, and then he just starts, you know, LCSing me. Well, I guess I can't, I guess I mean Mystic Blasting me, since the one with paralysis doesn't have LCS, but still quite deadly. Hey, an artifact helmet. Okay, pretty decent helmet. Not the best, but certainly not bad. Regen, dex, stealth we don't really care about, but I'll take it. I think I feel like doing a little bit of mutation roulette. Well, we got some AC, so that's good enough for me. Was that optimal? Probably not. That was just for fun. I saw that I had 3 potions of mutation. So, you know. Pretty likely for me to be able to walk away from that without something horrible. Not guaranteed. You should probably ignore mutated meat in most cases, though. Whoa. Let's teleport. There we go. Makes me very nervous that there's an ogre mage on this floor. Really need that MR. But we only have it from the robe. I guess I'll wear the robe for now. I mean, my AC is completely meaningless now. Well, not meaningless, but I just don't have any GDR. So I'm going to have to be extra careful. But if it means I'm less likely to get paralyzed, that's... I mean, now perhaps you see just how highly I value MR. One of the most important things in the game, by far, if you're not a Formicid. What is this? Empty wands. And there are positioning tricks you can use versus some of these things, but the bottom line is, no matter how good you are at positioning yourself to avoid getting paralyzed, you're eventually going to auto-explore into something that can paralyze you. Or maybe not even auto-explore, just explore. Like, eventually you're going to have to turn a corner. Even if you're not using auto-explore, let's say you're being totally optimal. You know, you're eventually going to, you know, eventually that ogre mage, that wizard, that whatever is going to have a chance to paralyze you. And they may have that chance from very close to you, so they have a chance to hit you several times. You know, like, this isn't so bad because we're so far away, you know. He's got the banishment book, so we don't want to go to the abyss, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, hold up. We're going to find that ogre mage. We're going to take him out. There he is. Okay, he does not have paralyze. Alright, hour 15 minutes. We did dungeon, lair, and of course pre-lair. So I think that that worked out pretty well. We'll go into the Orcish Mines next time. We're going to be very careful about the way that we do this, though. Probably talk more about that next time. Kind of similar strategies I've used before, but, you know, with the understanding that you are not immune to an Orc Sorcerer's Paralyze, you really have to play a very particular way. And, I guess I should probably have trained some evocations before now, because being able to paralyze them helps here. We have clouds, though, I just noticed. So that'll help. Yeah, you know, we'll see. I'm going to roll the dice here. Not going to do it yet, though. Wait until the next video. Until then, I'm signing out.